Hello and welcome to all new 2DTalk's Real Movie News. I'm your host Jayse, and this is the show where we let you know what's happening in the entertainment world, what stars are making waves, what movies are in production, and what movies are on the horizon. Also, I let you know what films are flying or faltering both financially and statistically in the box office dive. So let's start with that. Ready Player One easily took the #1 spot from Pacific Rim Uprising, bringing in an estimated $53.2 million in its 4-day Easter weekend. This is the largest opening for Spielberg in a decade since 2008 Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It scored an A- cinema score, and it has a 59% male to female ratio, with 56% of the audience being over the age of 25. Overseas, it had a healthy opening of $128 million, with Warner Brothers scoring their highest opening ever in China with $61.7 million. Tyler Perry's Acrimony, starring Taraji P. Henson, opened well considering the competition, with $17.1 million, with a per-theatre average of $8,500. It also scored an A- cinema score. Black Panther edges closer to surpassing Jurassic World and Titanic to take the #3 spot in the highest grossing domestic movie chart. It took the #3 spot this week with $11.2 million. I Can Only Imagine had an impressive weekend, capitalizing on Easter, playing in an additional 365 screens to bring in $10.75 million, making it Roadside's highest grossing domestic movie, previously held by last year's Manchester by the Sea. The word of mouth seems to be spreading as Pacific Rim Uprising fell a devastating 67% in its second weekend and falling to the #5 spot with $9.2 million. Its foreign numbers aren't looking good either, considering that 80% of its worldwide gross is coming from there. The percentage drop winners of the week go to I Can Only Imagine with 21%, Love, Simon with 37%, Sherlock Gnomes at 34%, and Paul, Apostle of Christ at 32%. With so many movies managing to hold strong, Tomb Raider and A Wrinkle in Time have to cut their losses, as not even a 4-day weekend can save them. However, Tomb Raider's foreign box office is keeping it afloat. It has amassed $194 million, bringing it to a worldwide total of $245 million, surpassing the second movie's $156 million and hot on the heels of the first movie's $274 million. As for this coming weekend, one of my most anticipated is on the horizon: Emily Blunt and John Krasinski's A Quiet Place. So excited about this movie. It's being released both here in the UK and stateside. So that's it for the box office dive. Tune in next week for more goings on. Let's check out our first story. Dark Phoenix pushed back. Fox's Marvel division, it seems in defiance of being sold to Disney, announced the aggressive move to release 3 X-Men related movies in 2018, Dark Phoenix, Deadpool 2, and New Mutants. But those plans seem to have vanished, as X-Men Dark Phoenix was pushed back from November of this year to February 14th due to reshoots needed that would completely reconstruct the third act of the movie. All movies in some way or another go through reshoots, but the problem Fox is faced with here is that their main talent are all tied up in other projects that stop them from doing the reshoots and additional photography now, like Sophie Turner, who plays Jean Grey, the Phoenix herself, still filming the final season of Game of Thrones. So the reshoots have been set for late summer, early autumn, and as a result this would not leave them a lot of time for their November 2018 release. Now, this is the second movie in Fox's Marvel lineup to have this happen to it. New Mutants was also moved back to February of 2019, but because of Dark Phoenix's move, it is now moved back to August of 2019. So at the beginning of this year, fans of the X-Men Fox franchise had 3 movies to anticipate, a trend currently only enjoyed by Disney Marvel fans. But now they're down to 1, and that is Deadpool 2, arguably the most anticipated of the 3. As these moves push the movies further from us and closer to the regulatory approval, which is expected to be decided late this year or early next, will these movies get swallowed up by Disney and shelved? I refer mainly to New Mutants, which really has no timeline that anchors it to any of the other movies in the franchise and can be easily pushed to Disney's new streaming service if they see fit. Or will it make big and be the last bastion of Fox Film Studios? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And our final story, Fantastic Four returns to the comics. From one Fox property suffering from the possible acquisition to another seemingly flourishing. Marvel Comics' first family, the Fantastic Four, are set to return to the page in August of this year. This has fans of the hero family very excited, as the last time they were seen all together was in 2015 in their Secret War run, which was abruptly ended with Sue Storm and Reed Richards exploring the multiverse, leaving Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm on Earth. And that was it. That was the end. Until now. Praised writer Dan Slott will be penning the comic after his long and successful run on The Amazing Spider-Man. And the phenomenal artist Sarah Pacelli will be teaming up with him to make his stories come to life. Back then it was obvious that not owning the film rights to the Fantastic Four was the cause for their cancellation, as Marvel did not want to promote characters in their comics that they couldn't capitalize from. So this latest move not only pleases comic book fans, but fans of the MCU may soon have reason to celebrate, as this means that Disney are seeming pretty confident that the approval from the American government to get the film rights to the large library of Marvel characters will go through. But from that library, the Fantastic Four could be one of the most valuable, even over the X-Men, for multiple reasons. For one, they're easier to integrate into the MCU, as their emergence is not gradual but instantaneous due to an experiment gone wrong giving them superpowers. This could be achieved by dabbling in alien tech left after battles, or from Stark or Hammer Industries funding a space expedition. Another reason for it being easier is that no one is particularly tied to the roles, as with the X-Men franchise. Replacing the likes of Wolverine, Professor X, and even Mystique to an extent would be quite a feat, especially as the first two had the same actors playing them for 17 years. And finally, the Fantastic Four's terrible track record at the box office, with fans and critics alike agreeing that the 3 movies released so far range from bad to appalling, ironically could be the best thing to happen to them. You remember how Marvel swooped in and saved the day for Spider-Man after the terrible Amazing Spider-Man 2. They could do exactly the same here, as it couldn't possibly get any worse. I have a question on this topic for you guys. If we do end up seeing the superpowered family sooner rather than later, who would you like to play the roles? Let us know in the comments below. So that's it guys from 2D Talk's Real Movie News. Please like, share, and of course subscribe. As I mentioned, comment below and let us know about your thoughts on any of the topics and the box office. I'd also like to give a shout out to the Facebook page Marvel Addicts for their support of the channel. I will leave a link down below taking you straight to their page. Their work is absolutely brilliant and they have all things Marvel, comics, movies, absolutely everything. So don't forget to hit up Marvel Addicts. That's it guys from 2D Talk. You guys take care of yourselves. See you later. Bye bye.